Phil Newman here with head coach Nick Davey of the Albany Dutchmen. And coach, season's over now. You've had a few days to think about it. It was a historic season for the Dutchmen, the best in team history. What are going to be your thoughts when you look back on this season in the future?
Just the effort the guys gave us. Effort, from pitch one of the first game to the last game of, like you said, a historic, great run. I can't thank them enough. The kids, they battled their butts off. Even when we lost guys and new guys came in, we just kept competing and playing hard. And they could have gave up it seemed like every time their back was against the wall, we responded. And I think we gave Amsterdam everything they could handle. And if it wasn't for one bad inning, we still might be playing today. But I can't thank our guys enough for the effort they put in. And I think it helps our organization, elevates us a little bit. If that means we maybe get a better player here or there, but getting to the playoffs was definitely a goal for us this year. But I think our players feel like we did come up a little short.
Mm-hmm. Well, take us back to the beginning of the season. You started off winning 9 of the first 10, and then you get that first ranking. You rank number 9 in the country, and then 13th the next week. What was that like for the Dutchmen in kind of a new position that he hadn't been in?
Oh, it was great for the organization. As a coaching staff and players, I think it just meant that we were doing the right thing and playing well. And we really pitched early. Early on in the season, we really pitched and played great defense. When you do those two things, you don't need a whole hell of a lot of runs to win ball games, and that's what we did until our offense kind of clicked a little bit, and then they started helping us out a little bit more at the end. But we really pitched and played defense unbelievably early on, and those rankings were great for our organization. But what we talk about our guys with is finishing. Hey, who cares where we're at early? Just like who cares where we're at the beginning of the game. Let's win. Let's win it late. Let's finish. Let's finish a game. Let's finish a season. A ranking is going to mean much more at the end of the season than it is at the beginning.
Right, and you talk about the pitching, and that was really the key for you guys all year long. And Dylan Collette ended up finishing tops in the league in terms of ERA. Him and Sean Spicer selected the All-Star game along with a couple other guys, and Matt Dacey ended up winning the home run derby. The success of those players, and especially the pitchers in general, it really carried you guys down the stretch.
Oh, absolutely. Dylan Collette probably had his worst start of the last game of the season, but what he gave us, what he gave us early on in the year, and what he earned, really, he really earned it. He started as a bullpen guy, came out, and we let him have a start, and then trickled into another one, and then ended up having a phenomenal year for us, and for himself too, because he really competed. He did a great job for us. I couldn't expect anything more, out of him. But what he gave us was phenomenal, and every time out, it was tough to take the ball from him. Just like it was Spicer. Every time those guys went out, they gave us a chance to win. Jimmy Davey, you could say the same thing. He had a great year for us. And Tom Belcher, what he did out of our bullpen was unbelievable. I think he had 21, 22 appearances for us, something like that. You can't ask any more out of for a bullpen guy like that. At times it went from 1 inning to up to 4 innings. And it was back-to-back nights, and he was really tough. And Matt Dacey was our RBI guy. I'm sure if you ask him, he thought he probably could have had a little better year consistently. Maybe struck out a little bit too much for his liking and for our liking for a team. But when we needed a big hit or somebody to drive in an RBI, it was on Matt Dacey's shoulders.
And the Dutchmen ended up winning 3 elimination games in the final week, all in extra innings. Coach, what was that ride like for you guys coming down the stretch there?
Best week of baseball in my life. Can't even explain to you what it was like. From that 16-inning game in Amsterdam or Glens Falls to Mohawk Valley the next night. Just the energy that these guys brought. When you thought they were too tired to win one, the effort that they gave was phenomenal. And I can't thank each one of them. Every one of them enough for what they did. They made my summer the most enjoyable summer of baseball, the best week of baseball in my life. Going back to last Tuesday when we had to play with our backs against the wall in Watertown. A week ago today, we were, a game out of the playoffs in Watertown, and they had Billings sent, Jose out to get a must-win game.
it here on this. We've heard you say how much effort the team had brought every day and the players had brought every day. I've also heard you say how close this team was as a tight-knit group. Now, obviously, guys leave and new guys come, but what was it about this group in particular that led to the best season in franchise history?
Like you said, they clicked early. You know, right from the get-go, they clicked. As new guys came in, it was like they just jumped right in on board of what we were doing. You know, and I think the hot start helped. I think anytime you start as hot as we did, that camaraderie, that closeness can only help. And you know, it was the closest group of kids I've ever coached, coming from so many different areas and so many different programs, that it was enjoyable. And that's what, at the end, that's what got us through. You know, that night in Glens Falls, each one of them pulling for each other. They knew what it meant. You know, guy thrown out at the plate. You know, everybody cheering. You know, they each had their backs. They didn't want it to end, and that's what made it enjoyable. You know, I mean, there were some valleys in the middle of the season, but that happens. You know, it happens with every team. You ask every coach in the league, they're going to say, you know, there were some up and downs. You know, through the season, because the season's a grind. But when our backs were against the wall, you know, the closeness of this team got us through it.
Well, head coach Nick Davey leads the Dutchmen to 26 wins, the most in franchise history, and the team's first ever playoff appearance. Certainly a season we won't forget. Thanks a lot, Coach, for joining us.